What if I told you that Glenlivet's most expensive expression in this grouping, the 25-year-old, may not be its best? There's a chance that's the case here. It's happened before in my other comparison videos, and it might happen today. So let's break it down and see what happens. I'm going to do the 12-year, which this is the 12-year. This is the double oak. This is the 14-year. This is the one that's finished in the cognac cask. This is the 15-year. This is going to be the French oak reserve. This is the 18-year. This one right here is a batch reserve. It's finished in a few different casks. And then, of course, you've got the 25-year and the 21-year. These are both sample room, 3 finishings, and it's got that distinct Glenlivet flavor. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. Move the boxes to the side. And then we're going to do color comparison. And then I'll put it inside of the glasses and do a pour comparison just so that we could see what it's like once you pour them out. These boxes all over. And I made a mistake. I actually purchased a 1-liter bottle of the 14-year, not realizing it wasn't a 750 milliliter bottle. So it's obviously going to be bigger than the other ones, but that's okay. And then what I really like about this comparison is it's very similar to the Glenmorangie that I did in the past, because you're going to see that there's quite a bit of different colors, differences here, which I think is really cool because you like that. You don't want them to add coloring to it. You don't want them to be the caramel color. You kind of want there to be variation because that means that based on the aging and the different casks they use, you're obviously going to get the differences that come across into the whiskey. And as you're going to see here, you're going to see quite a bit of difference in terms of color. Very dark over here. This one has darkness to it, but I would say it's a lot more red than it is dark. And these ones are much browner and darker. And as you see, the 25 is very dark. So let's go ahead. Move them over here to give you a little bit. Another comparison. 25 years, much darker. The 21-year starts, you could just see the differences here. Obviously, the sherry cask finishes, you notice here, the cognac cask finishes, you see here, it's got a little bit of that change in color as well, but this is more on the red side than anything else. Let's go ahead and let's pour it up. And if you can guess which one it is based on the pour, you are a whiskey expert. So I would love to know what you think about the pours and the colors as I pour them out. Write me some comments. Tell me what you think, because that kind of stuff to me is important. And, sharing your expertise is always nice for the community and the other people who are learning about whiskey as well. So now we're working our way over to the 15-year. We're pour up the 18-year. '21-year. Sample room collection, by the way. We're going to do the 25-year. As you can see, significant difference between all of them. And I'll actually move these back a little bit. Put the bottles put the glasses right next to each other so you can see that difference. I'm actually going to top these ones off a little more because I need a little bit more liquid in there for you to be able to see the difference. So the color difference is quite a bit difference between them, especially when you get over here to the 21 and the 25-year. 18-year also has that color difference. I'm going to pull out some pairings to go along with it. I like to cut through the whiskey on a regular basis. This way I can clear my palate out. Also have quite a bit of water, which I think is important as well for you. As a user, you're always going to make sure you have quite a bit of water. This way, as you're going through and tasting it, you're not overdoing it. So let's start with the 12-year. Fruity, spicy, a little bit of a burn. Reminds me of Glenlivet. Easiest way to explain it. Glenlivet has a distinct taste when it comes to fruitiness and flavor, and that's there. And of course, the spiciness as well. I'm going to cut it with a little bit of cheese. Let's work our way over to the 14-year. $14 nice. A little softer. I'm saying that you get a little bit more fruit, maybe some fig, possibly some pineapple comes through there. Let's go with the 15 year. A lot more spiciness in the 15 year. A lot more spiciness. The 18 year is a little more elevated. So let's see if it actually is on the palate compared to the other three. Yeah. Much more like Christmas. A lot more of that nutmeg, cinnamon, spices that come through that remind me of baking spice. Very nice. And it's also nice and smooth, not much for a burn. Still fills the mouth. It's still got that full bodiness and the oil that you'd expect. But yeah, nice. Let's go ahead and cut it with this quinoa, sea salt, and chocolate, dark chocolate cookie. 21 here. A lot more concentrated. Very, very smooth, but just enough of a burn to where you enjoy it. You know you're drinking good whiskey. All right, let's work our way over to this 25 year. More of the spiciness. The fruit comes through, but super smooth. I mean, like, unbelievably smooth. I'm gonna have to have some head-to-heads here because I'm actually a little surprised. I really like this 14 year. I really like the 18, and I'd like the 21 and the 25. The 15 is nice, and the 12 is good, but I don't know how often I would drink this. So I'm gonna cut again. This time I'm gonna work my way back. I'm gonna go from the 25. 21. It's got a lot more spice. It's got a lot more things going on with this. Is a lot more sweet, a lot smoother. But this one has smoothness after you let it kind of set in your palate and go through your mouth. But besides that, it's a little bit different. So now let's go over to this 18 year. Let's do the 14 year one more time. Really like the 14 year, especially for that price point. But I think I'm gonna say something a little crazy here. It's not expected. I did not expect this. I want to say it's the 21 and the 25 year. I wanted to pick one of those. But honestly, for the price and for accessibility and just deliciousness and something that I've seen in a lot of stores, this 18 year is a bit of an upset. Unexpected, amazing. If you like this video, if you want to see more, share it, write some comments, let me know what you think, give me suggestions. Always looking to learn more. Like, subscribe, and share. Something that we're trying to do to grow this community. And thank you very much for watching. But I'm giving it to the 18 year, just so you know.